Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am filming my very first Q&A video. So I asked a couple of weeks ago on Facebook and Instagram for some questions, and I got quite a few and some really good questions, actually really interesting ones. So I'm going to try and keep this video down to about 10 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on the time, and if I don't get to do all of the questions, I will film another video maybe in a month's time, ask for some more questions. So yeah, if I don't answer your question, then I will get around to it at some point. Okay, so the first question is one that I think everybody gets asked when they do a Q&A, and that is, will you have more children? And the answer to that is no. We have two. If you don't already know, we have Max, who is 6, and Evie, who is 4, and we are done. I did always want 3 children, but now that I have 2 who are hard work, I don't want another one. I did actually write a blog post, and actually it is one of my most popular blog posts, and that is called The Third Baby I Always Wanted But Will Never Have. So in that I explain things a little bit more, so if you want to read about that, I will link that in the description box below. Okay, the second question is, what job would you do if you didn't do social media? I don't really know. My degree is in business studies, so I think I am quite business minded. Before I had Max, I started working at a call centre. I did like evenings and weekends just part-time while I was at uni, and then a job came up, a full-time job, which would have been like a step up. I applied for that and I got that, so just towards the end of my university course I started working full-time there, and then I got another promotion and came off the phones and basically just worked like in the office sort of thing. And that's what I was doing when I was pregnant with Max, and then went on maternity leave, and I planned to return part-time, but in the end just decided that I wanted to be able to stay at home with my children for a few years, and I'm very lucky that I got to do that. When Max was little and when I was pregnant with Evie, I was writing for a local, like an online newspaper sort of thing. That was kind of like a pilot scheme that they were doing. I think I did that for about a year, but then they decided that it wasn't working out, so that was that. I've done other things as well while I've been off with the kids. I've done like buying old furniture and painting that and doing that up and selling that on eBay. Basically anything to try and make a bit of money. I've probably done it. But yeah, it's always been my dream to work for myself, and I guess through blogging I am doing that now. I'm self-employed and I just love it. It is perfect, it fits around the kids, and yeah, if I wasn't doing that, I don't know, I'm not sure. It would probably just be some sort of part-time job, minimum wage, that would fit around the kids. Next question is, where do you get your inspiration for style for your house? Okay, so I really love interiors and making my house look nice. It's something that I've always loved, and I guess my inspiration comes from Instagram, and mainly Instagram, but also Pinterest. I don't really buy magazines. I used to buy house magazines all the time a few years ago, and I guess that's where I got my inspiration from. But now I guess Instagram and Pinterest are much more of a thing, and there's just some really great ideas on there. Next question is, where do you want to travel to? Realistic, and if budget was no issue. Oh my goodness, how long have you got? There's so many places that I want to see. Somewhere that I really want to go at the moment, which I guess is like a dream holiday, I guess, would be Australia. It's never appealed to me before now. The flight really puts me off. I don't particularly like flying, and I don't want to be on a flight for as long as that takes. But I've got a friend who is out there at the moment, and seeing her pictures, and also my brother and his girlfriend have just been, and it just looks amazing. Obviously it would be very expensive, not something that we can afford to do at the moment, and I don't think that I would do it while the kids are young. Max was a nightmare on a 4-hour flight to Greece, so no, not with Max. So maybe when they are grown up, maybe that's something that we'll do in the future. Would also love to take the kids to Orlando. The flight again puts me off a little bit, and also it is really expensive, but we're hoping that that's something that we can save up for and take them in a few years' time. I think it would be better when they're a little bit older, because then they will remember it, and just in terms of them being able to walk, because when we went to Disneyland Paris in November there was an awful lot of moaning about the walking. So yeah, I think give them a few more years and hopefully we'll have saved enough money and they will get the most out of it, I guess. And somewhere realistic that we want to travel to. Well, this year we're actually going to Fuerteventura at Easter, which I'm really looking forward to. I've never been there before. I just think with kids it's the easiest thing to do is to just go on an all-inclusive sunny holiday. They can play in the pool, they can play on the beach, everyone gets to just chill out and do what they want to do, and you can eat as much food as you want, and yeah, it's great for families really. It's just easy. And then we are also going to Italy in July, and we're actually going with Eurocamp, so never been on a Eurocamp holiday before, so I'm looking forward to that. It's actually near Venice where we're staying, so we will be spending a day in Venice, and there's also Verona which is close by, so we'll be spending a day there as well. So yeah, really looking forward to those holidays this year. Okay, moving on to the next question. I would like to know when you started blogging and why. I started blogging in January 2016, so it's just been like my 2-year blogging anniversary. But yeah, it just started out as I was going through a bit of a rough time, to be honest, and I needed something to occupy me because it was just me and the kids at home. I didn't have any hobbies, I don't have that many friends, so yeah, it was something to keep me busy. And it was around the time that Max was going through his autism diagnosis, so if you go back to the beginning of my blog you will see it's mainly posts about that, because that was just what was going on at the time, and it just evolved into a blog about life really, just everything that we enjoy doing, bits of everything, and I'm very lucky that now it's how I make my money, and from Instagram, and I just love it. I wish I'd done it sooner. Okay, next question is, apart from Butlins for British family holidays, where would you recommend? Family of 4, 2 parents, 2 girls, 7 and 8. You know what though, I would say that Butlins is the best place for families. We adore Butlins. I used to go to Butlins as a kid every year, absolutely loved it, and I have like some amazing memories from there, so that's why I love it so much now, and I want my kids to have those memories too. We took the kids for the first time about 3 years ago, and then we went again last year, and the kids adore it. Funnily enough, when we went to Disneyland Paris, I said to the kids jokingly, what do you prefer, Butlins or Disneyland Paris? And what do you think they said? Butlins. I'm not even joking. So yeah, it's just brilliant for kids. There's so much for them to do. It keeps them occupied. It's just great. But other than that, I've never been to Centre Parks, but I hear some really great things about Centre Parks, and that is on our list. I should have mentioned that in one of the previous questions as well. Centre Parks is definitely on our list of things to do soon. Maybe this year, but we're trying to be sensible with money this year, but we'll see. Where else? Haven, really like Haven. We've been a couple of times with the kids. We went to the Haven, which one is it? Primrose Valley? Where's that? Filey. Absolutely love it there. Filey is beautiful and it's just really great. Again, so much for the kids to do. The kids really enjoyed staying in a caravan as well. That's somewhere that I would love to go back to. So yeah, like Butlins and Haven are those kind of family entertainment holidays that keep everyone happy and everyone occupied. But if you wanted something different, then we also like just hiring a house, like a cottage, something like that. There's so many like websites around where you can find properties to rent. We usually book through, I think we've done it through Cottages, is it cottages.co.uk? I'll link it in the description. Or House Seasons we've also booked through, and they are really good. We've stayed in a few different places, but that's really good if you want to. What we tend to do is we'll hire somewhere that's kind of central to where we want to visit, and then we'll kind of drive out every day to see different things. So we went to, we stayed in Hastings in July, and we drove out to Brighton, we went to Canterbury, we went to Eastbourne, we actually drove over to Margate and went to Dreamland there, which is something I've wanted to do for ages. We were going to go to Whitstable as well, which I don't think is too far from Margate, but we didn't get the time. But yeah, I love doing things like that. I absolutely love exploring an area, and then it's really nice to be able to go back to a house at the end of the day that's just really nice and cosy. So yeah, I've blabbed on a little bit there, but I hope that that kind of answers your question. Next one. Through your new career as a blogger, who's the most famous person you've met, talked to, worked with? Nobody. I think blogging maybe sounds a bit more glamorous than it actually is. Or, I mean, I know a lot of people, if you live close to London, you will go to probably quite a lot of events and maybe you'll come across people there. But obviously I don't really do that. Most of the time it's just me sat on the sofa behind my laptop, and that's as glamorous as it gets. Although I guess the most famous person is when I went to one of the Mothercare press days. Was it last year, I think? That was like the first, big event that I'd been to, and I was quite like overwhelmed by it all anyway. And I'd gone to see the Little Bird by Jules range, so I was stood over there looking at things, taking photos, and obviously there's the Mylene Class, is it Baby K range? Mylene Class was just stood over the other side of the room. I didn't even realise at first, and then I realised who it was, and I didn't say anything to her. I didn't ask for a photo or anything. I just kept quiet because I wouldn't have known what to say. I think Cherry Healey was there at the same time as well. But yeah, I think I've pretty much just blanked out that whole day because it was quite overwhelming. So yeah, that's as interesting as it gets, I'm afraid. Although I do still get quite starstruck when bloggers who I've followed for like a few years, since way before I started blogging, when they like follow me back on Instagram and things, I'm like, oh my god, they followed me, this is amazing. And yeah, I mean they're not famous, but yeah, it's really cool when that happens, and I still get like that now. Okay, and I think this will be the last question. Why did you decide to start blogging, and what do you love, hate the most about it? So I've kind of already answered the bit about starting blogging. Like I said, it was never about making money, that's just a bonus that's come along. It was basically just something to do, a hobby, and it still is a hobby. But it was mainly just to talk about Max and everything that we were going through at the time. I love the new people that I've met through doing this. I've met a couple of real life friends, so many online friends who are just lovely and so supportive. I love that it has made me make more of an effort with my photography. I'm not the best photographer, but I absolutely love taking photos, and it's given me that push to, get out there and really try hard at it, and I'm so passionate about it. And I guess what I love the most about it is just that it's given me, I was going to say a purpose, obviously my purpose is to be a mother and a wife, but it's given me something, for me, something that is really special to me, and I'm just so glad that I started doing it. And what do I hate the most about it? Trolls. I've never actually had, well, I've not had many trolls or negative comments, but I'm very, very sensitive, which is a really bad quality, I guess, but yeah, I don't like negative comments. I don't deal with them very well at all. That's why I like to be, you know, just a teeny tiny little blogger who, you know, I've got some really loyal followers and readers who stick by me. I make a little bit of money from it, and yeah, I would like to stay just small. Any bigger and there would be more negativity, I would imagine, and I don't want that. I also don't like comparing myself to others, which is not blogging's fault, that's me as a person, but there are so many bloggers and Instagrammers out there, and it's very hard not to compare yourself sometimes, and sometimes you just kind of want to delete everything and run away, because I'm a very private person actually, even though I do share a lot of things online. I'm a very private person, I'm shy, and sometimes I really just want to delete the blog, delete all my YouTube videos and just keep myself to myself and, you know, hide away, but I'm glad that I don't do that. But yeah, sometimes it's hard not to compare yourself to other people when you think, you know, you're trying so hard, why are they doing so well, why are you not doing so well? I wouldn't say it's jealousy, I don't think I'm jealous, but it's just hard not to compare yourself sometimes. But yeah, that is all the questions I've got time for. Like I said, if I've missed any, then I will do those in my next Q&A, or maybe do another one in a month. So if you've got any questions, then please do leave them in the comments. I would love some really interesting questions. It's nice to sit down and just have a chat. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.